Today, we're diving into the best moments from Dana White's interview on the Flagrant podcast. From hilarious stories with Joe Rogan to the financial struggles of the UFC and Dana White's comedy attempts, this interview is packed with must-hear moments. Let's jump right in. Number 1. The bond between Dana White and Joe Rogan.
So I had to go through each fucking tape and watch every tape to make sure it wasn't something important. So I pop in this tape, and it's the Keenan Ivory Wayans show. He had his own talk show.
I remember that.
And they had fucking Joe Rogan on.
Yeah.
And Keenan Ivory Wayans says to him, "You're into this this ultimate fighting stuff, huh?" And Rogan starts going fucking off on the UFC and what he would do to all these action stars and all this stuff.
Because ultimate fighting, explain this to people that don't know.
What ultimate fighting is it's in a cage, it's in an octagon, and it's like a combination of boxing and wrestling.
The minute you say it's in a cage, you lose people's respect.
Well, why? That way you can't get away. They're great athletes. I mean, they have like Olympic gold medalists and world jiu-jitsu champions and boxers, and it's all just like a combination of martial arts. Has always been like, there's always been questions in the martial arts, like what if a karate guy fought a judo guy, and what the Ultimate Fighting Championship did is say, let's find out, and they threw them all together. It's great.
And the way that Joe talked and how passionate he was, I go, this is the fucking guy that I need. This is the fucking guy. It just hit me. So I reach out to Rogan, and we start going back and forth, and I said, I would love you to come in and be one of the commentators. And Rogan's attitude was, so wait a minute. So you're saying I can come over there, sit in the best seats in the house, and watch the sport that I love for fucking free?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Dana White and Joe Rogan have a long history together, with Rogan being a prominent commentator for the UFC since 1997. One of the funniest stories involving the duo is from an event in 2005. Dana and Joe decided to try out a new Brazilian steakhouse in Las Vegas. Joe, always the jokester, dared Dana to eat an absurd amount of spicy meat. Dana, never one to back down from a challenge, accepted. The next day, Dana could barely speak due to the intense heartburn, but Joe couldn't stop laughing. Number 2. The UFC on the edge of bankruptcy.
When you want to do what we did and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, it's expensive, right? So every time you put on a show, it's a couple $1,000,000. So
are you losing immediately?
A few years in, you're upside down $40 million fucking dollars.
You're down 40 million at one point.
So we're probably, by 2004, we're upside down $40 million.
Now,
and we were only doing 5 events a year. So we're losing money on the shows. We're losing money on overhead, the expenses for the office and employees, and every way that you could possibly lose money in a business, we're fucking losing. We basically bought those 3 letters. The old owner had sold away the home video rights, the video game rights, and all that shit. Lionsgate Entertainment owned all that shit. We went to Lionsgate to negotiate, to buy the rights back to all of our fucking intellectual property. Everything from t-shirts to video games to action figures, everything that you can throw a fucking UFC logo on. Now, if you're Lionsgate, why the fuck would you sell that?
Yeah.
Right?
The bigger you make the business, the more money they make.
100%, right? That's how much people didn't fucking believe. We went in and negotiated the rights. And when we walked out of that fucking office, they were probably like, these poor fucking jerk-offs are going to pay us, $3 million over the next fucking 4 years for these rights backs. Imagine if Lionsgate wouldn't sell us those rights back. How much fucking money they'd be making right now.
While the UFC is a powerhouse now, it wasn't always this way. In the early 2000s, the UFC was on the brink of bankruptcy, losing millions of dollars each year. A pivotal moment came in 2005 with the launch of The Ultimate Fighter reality TV show. This show was a gamble but paid off immensely. One of the most notable fights from the show, the Stephan Bonnar versus Forrest Griffin finale, is credited with saving the UFC. This fight captivated audiences and proved that mixed martial arts had a viable place in mainstream sports, leading to the UFC becoming the global phenomenon it is today. Number 3. Dana White and comedy.
Stand-up comedy is the most underrated fucking thing of all time. I've been to comedy clubs. There's fucking 6 people sitting in there, and people are up until like a big comic shows up. There's fucking handful of people in there, and you go up and you tell your jokes. So we did this thing. They promoted that we were going to be there.
Oh, fuck.
The club fucking sold out. Right? This is in LA. Club sold out. We pull up, there's a line down the fucking street. So I can't tell you a time that I've ever been this fucking nervous.
It's funny.
And the amount of pressure.
Yeah.
And just so you know, I fucking cheated too.
Yeah.
I had Tony Hinchcliffe write my fucking joke.
Yeah.
I've never felt this way before. I almost fainted before I went on fucking stage, right?
Yeah.
So when it was over and I got through it, I'm like, I will never, ever fucking do this again.
Until
Brady calls me. All the baddest comedians in the world. And ones you didn't see. Fucking Chappelle was there.
Yeah.
Chelsea Handler was there.
Yeah.
Who's the guy from fucking England was there.
Oh, Jimmy Carr.
Funny motherfucker.
Brilliant. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
All there too.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. I've done it twice. You remember I said it here. You will never see me do any of that shit ever again.
You killed it.
You won't see me on a road.
You killed it.
It was fire. It was really good.
But you know what I did? I studied to the point of I was starting to go insane.
Dana White's foray into comedy might come as a surprise to many, but it's a testament to his fearless personality. Dana performed at various clubs in Las Vegas. Those experiences helped him develop a thick skin and an ability to handle public speaking under pressure. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate your support by liking and subscribing to the channel. Lots of new content are on the way, and you don't want to miss out.